I forgot in the last video to challenge you to try these last two on your own, so if you haven't tried these last two, I would pause the video and try them on your own and then check your work. So hopefully at this point in time you're checking your work to see how well you did. This first one is a little tricky because 5 minus 1 2/3 we have to borrow, but we also have to have some background knowledge in knowing that this is really like 5 0/3 minus 1 2/3. And so because my whole number, 5, is biggest, but my fraction is smaller than the second fraction, 0/3 minus 2/3 I can't do, I'm going to have to use my borrowing. So I'm going to take 1 away from 5 and make it a 4. And then I'm going to add 3/3 to 0/3, and I'm going to make this 4 3/3 minus 1 2/3. Now I can do the subtraction that I need to do. I can do 4 minus 1 is 3, and 3/3 minus 2/3 is 1/3, and so 5, excuse me, sorry. 5 minus 1 2/3 is equal to 3 1/3. And then this last one, we've got 8 plus negative 3 1/4. Signs are different, so we do have to subtract. Well, I can do 8 minus 3. I don't have anything to subtract the 1/4 with here, so I have to recognize this is 8 0/4 plus negative 3 1/4. While 8 is bigger than 3, 0/4 is not bigger than 1/4, so this is when I have to use the borrowing technique. I have to take 1 away from 8 and make it a 7, and I have to add 4/4 to my fraction into 0/4 and make this 7 4/4 plus negative 3 1/4. So now I know that when I add and my signs are different, I subtract. 7 minus 3 is 4. 4/4 minus 1/4 I can do. I get 3/4. And I keep the sign of the higher number. In this case, that's the positive 7. And so 8 plus negative 3 1/4 is equal to positive 4 3/4.